I joined a server with no plan in mind, and as soon as I spawned on the beach, I was greeted by someone that would give me a plan for the rest of my wipe. Yep, a roof camper killed me right off spawn as I spawned on an island outside of his base. So that was it. I decided to raid his island and take it over for myself. Actually forgot to mention, I've already got a lot of BPs on this server, so that should speed up progress of taking over the island. After farming everything I needed, I then crafted everything I needed to build a starter base. I was actually pretty stacked by now, so it was a good idea to get a base down as soon as possible. Just as I was about to build my starter base between these rocks, I noticed down by the water there was a decayed wooden base. I thought I'd check it out. Oh, what? No way. I need to get base down right now. That was a quick way to get tier 2. My starter base was now secure and so was my loot. It was now time to start thinking about getting a tier 1 and a tier 2 workbench, so I went out to farm the road once again. Right, I think I'm going to go out and try and find a tier 1 now because I don't want to waste my scrap on one. No way, there's just a tier 1 sat next to the rock near my base. Oh, no way, I could probably make enough mollies to go through that wooden base. That's my neighbour. No way. There was a metal door, but it was on a wooden frame. This meant I could go further into the base. I got through that door and then there was a metal door on a stone frame, so I had no choice but to craft up 4 satchels and go through it. Oh my fucking god. Really? Now that I had a gun, I crafted some ammo and I went over to the island to pay a visit to the guys that killed me when I first spawned on that beach. Let's let them know who's boss around here. Hilmer, that was the guy that killed me in the beginning. As I was swimming home with his gun, his teammate tried to take me out in the water. Luckily I managed to kill him and get a heal off just in time to stop myself from dying. But he wasn't very happy. They was both on the island shooting at me. After getting it safely back home, I put the furnaces on to smelt the sulfur that they gave me in order to raid them later. I dropped one. No way. That was terrible. Then I grabbed some flippers at the fishing village and I swam over to the location I wanted to build my main base at. By this time I'd run out of materials, but the basic blueprint was down, minus any honeycomb. All I had to do now was swim back to base and grab more materials, but two players chatting near fishing village caught my attention.
Yo, can I have some cloth, please? I'm on 21 HP, I just remembered. I've got 500 scrap on me.
Oh, he's got 500 scrap. I want this guy to leave.
Please? Yeah, I can help you. What do you need? If you give me cloth, I'll help you. Drop me that pickaxe, and I'll find me some stone.
I heard him tell the other guy that he had 500 scrap on him, but I got bored of waiting and went to leave. But just as I did that, they both left too. They're leaving. Holy moly. I should have just done that in the first place. Where was the other guy he killed? Fuck knows, I'll go back to base. I depoted everything I got off that player and even went back for the rest of the loot that he left. Then I got ready to move all the stone to my main base. I should be safe to take stone over to my other base now. Not that them doors are actually doing anything at the minute. I should have bought much more wood. Right, now I need to swim over with another load of stone. Out of materials once again, I swam back for another load. The shell and the basics of the base was now complete. I'd upgraded everything, I just needed to add some doorways and metal doors. Right, that's everything sealed. Let's make a door for the roof real quick. I probably should have brought a sleeping bag with me. I think I'm gonna grab the crude, run down to harbour, smelt my crude, come back, make the Molotovs, and go through that wooden base that I see. Sorry, Mr. Spam Caller, not interested. I actually do need to farm more sulfur as well. Jesus, I keep forgetting everything I gotta do. Keep thinking this is gonna be an easy task. I got 104, that's better than nothing. Take the pickaxe with me, because on the way back, I can grab all the sulfur nodes I see. I started to smelt some crude, and as soon as I hid, I heard explosions coming from my base. Wait, there's booms going off. That could be my base. That could definitely be my base. Panicking like there was no tomorrow, I grabbed all the crude and ran straight back to my base. Don't hear anyone. Lucky enough, when I arrived back at my base, it turned out it wasn't my base at all. But that doesn't mean we can't counter the people that are raiding. Was it not my base? Them satchels sounded like that's coming from right there. Oh, unless someone's raiding the base, I was gonna go on Molly. But why would you use satchels? I then went out to investigate and find the raiders so that I could counter them. Oh, it could have been either one of these two. I didn't check them. I'm so confused. What the fuck was getting raided? Oh. It's this one. As I approached this base, I could hear footsteps and items being dropped inside. All I had to do was wait for the perfect moment. Solo raider by the looks of it. Whiffing a lot of them shots, I still managed to kill him. I didn't realise until later, but this guy actually has 8 satchels on him. This comes in really handy when I raid later. I then depoted the stuff at home and went straight out to farm sulfur. After a sulfur farm, I topped up the furnaces and then grabbed some Molotovs to go and do the raid that I wanted to do beforehand. What? Why did all the fire come out? Because of the way the molly had hit the door, all the fire come outside, which meant I needed to go back and get another molly. By the time I went back to raiding, it was night time. So freaking loud. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. No fucking way. Someone's found the decayed base, didn't they? This is why you check wooden door bases, man. He had left the front door open as well. But, you know, for a couple of cheap little mollies, 50 low grade per molly, that's nothing. That's mad. Look, we made profit as well on the low grade alone. Oh, that wall's on 15. That door basically did nothing. I put a door on the base and then slowly but surely did several trips to transfer all the loot between this base and my starter base, which was on this side of the water. Bro, we are basically, once we get a bit more sulfur and gunpowder, we're going to be ready to go wipe that island. I wanted to try and get explode, but I don't seem to be making much progress in the old scrap front. I got the first lot of loot home and then went back for a second. Jeez. Now that I'd done the raid that I wanted to do, I went back to my main base and started to progress the base building a bit further. Shelf. I can have a shelf up there. Right, this will probably be much more sturdy than my other base now. I should probably start transferring small things over. Dude's still not online. I hope he hasn't quit the server when I've come to take over his island. That'd be bullshit. When I was farming sulfur earlier, I stumbled across this one by one. So I decided to come over while it was nighttime and throw some satchels. Of course, we get a dud. Right, I didn't bring anything to go through TC. Ugh. Not getting much from the box, I was determined there might be something good in the TC. So I ended up coming back and throwing a Molotov on the tool cupboard. Please be worth. Ugh. I mean, yeah, I like having a lot of stone and not having to go farming, but probably would have preferred that to be wood, seeing as there's no trees around. This stone actually comes in really handy later when I build my compound and externals. I might actually take this straight to my other base. I took everything I got from that base back to my main base on the island. I can't believe I forgot to bring a bag again. After depoting the loot, I went out to farm wood, but my recording messed up. I need to honeycomb this back wall, and then go round the back and honeycomb my TC wall as well. My workbench is gonna go along here, creating a little choke point. I depoted all the wood in a box and then placed down a sleeping bag. I didn't figure this out until a lot later, but my capture card was actually having overheating problems, which was causing recordings to suddenly stop and glitch out. I did some honeycomb here and on my TC side as well, here and here. For some reason the recording glitched out. Start focusing on moving loot now, I think. I then begun moving all my loot to my main base. Finally made it home with the last of the loot. I actually found 8 satchels that I didn't realise I had earlier, so that's really going to help with the raid. That was the 8 satchels that I found from countering that raid. I didn't even realise I'd got them until now. That's everything we have so far. Now my base was built and my loot was secured inside of it. I sat AFK for some hours, keep the furnaces going and smelting sulphur. After all, we still had the goal of wiping the island base. Once I'd had a decent amount of sulphur in the boxes, I decided it was time for me to get off for that night. I sealed up my bunker and logged off for the night. I logged on the next day and begun turning all my sulphur into gunpowder. Once I had enough gunpowder, I broke my bunker and begun crafting satchels, ready to raid the island base and take over the island once and for all. After everything was crafted, I placed a box near my front doors and got ready to go and attack the base head on. Holy shit. Without even making it to the main loot room, I had hit the total jackpot. Almost a box of sulphur already. I then moved every bit of this loot back to my main base before going deeper through the doors. Ouch. After the shotgun trap got me, I come back with grenades to take it out. I then started going through the next door with satchels, but just as the door breaks, the recording glitches out due to my capture card overheating yet again. But the door broke and I ran inside. I grabbed all the resources in the box under the tier 3, and then I began to take all the best items out of a bigger box. I then left the base to run these items back to my base, and in this cinematic that you're seeing in the background is what I believe had happened. One of the teammates logged on and locked the door. But here's all the loot I made it home with before they locked me back out of the base. What the fuck? Someone resealed it that quick? I'm so confused. I couldn't figure out what had happened. Someone with TC Orf had clearly placed down a door, but they didn't seem to be anywhere around. I then grabbed the C4 that I got from their base and decided to go through the door yet again. Any satchels when you got a C4 from them? I don't understand. How did someone seal it? I took great pleasure in paddling Hilma to death. This was all the loot that was in the base, and when you total it with all the sulfur, metal, and the explosives I got, pretty decent raid. Time for a fuck ton of loot organisation. I moved all the loot back to my base and then begun organising it into boxes. After I got all the loot home and organised it, this is what my boxes looked like. That loot's not bad for a solo that's been on the server for 2 days. I then took some time to upgrade everything I could to high qual and to metal to further secure my base and all its loot. I then went over to Harbour to recycle some stuff so that I could learn compound walls. But I wasn't the only person that was in this harbour. .200 IQ plays from that guy there. He was shooting his fire arrows at the wall to damage me. Unfortunately, that wasn't enough for him. Mate, I figured out how to do disconnectable DCs. I promise I wasn't watching a video while streaming. And I promise it didn't take me an hour to figure out. I think this is like the most I've ever done to a base. I honestly feel like I heard someone trying to jump out here. After smelting up some sulfur, I made some Explo and took the HMLMG to go on a raid. Oh! I mean, what was you expecting from a 2x1? Oh! Maybe all that, buds. The server I was playing on was full pop, but no matter how much I roamed or looked for PvP, I couldn't find any action. I heard a naked spawn and walk around outside my base, so I come out to give him a kit, and this gave me an idea. After giving this kit to a player, I decided to go into the rustconsole public test branch and main branch Discord and invite everyone to come to my server and take my base with all the loot. But before anyone from the Discord could turn up, a naked arrived outside, and he told me a story that made me give everything to him. For some reason, my game chat audio was coming out of my PS5 controller speaker, but this guy told me that he had just been offline with his mates and he wanted a start if I could spare one. I went inside to give him a start. I do have a mic, yes. Yes.
So much. It's just been so much. Thank you so much.
No problem. He explained that his team and him had had a rough few days, so I decided to give him my base. Do you want my base?
Actually, you being honest?
Yeah, I'm being serious.
Thank you so much.
No worries, man. Wait until you see the loot.
You are loaded. Thank you so much.
No worries, man. These furnaces are full of sulfur as well. Right, man. I'm out of here. Enjoy the base, enjoy the loot, make sure you have fun. I then left the server and began preparing for my next adventure. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like, a comment, and maybe even subscribing. Until the next one, peace.